An act of US President Donald Trump has shocked the entire world. Trump made a shocking announcement on his social media platform, Truth Social. In his post, he wrote, China can now continue to buy oil from Iran. Hopefully, they will also buy plenty from the US. It was my great honor to make this happen. Now, the statement came as a sudden twist, specifically because it directly goes against the strict policies that he had once imposed on Iran. Now, to understand why this is so surprising, we have to look back at Trump's earlier approach towards Iran. During his presidency, he had launched what was called the Maximum Pressure Campaign. This meant heavy sanctions aimed at cutting off Iran's oil sales to the world. The idea was to cripple Iran's economy, pushing its government into making big political changes and isolate it from the global market. But now, surprisingly, Trump is asking China, the world's second largest economy, to buy oil from Iran, the very same Iran that was under United States sanction for years. Now, this sudden shift has kind of raised eyebrows among diplomats, economists, and political experts globally. Iran's economy heavily depends on oil. The world knows about it. With the US sanction in place, Iran had very few customers left, but China became Iran's biggest buyer and their lifeline. According to reports from the energy data, China purchases more than 90% of Iran's oil exports. Just in a month of April, China imported around 1.3 million barrels of Iranian oil every single day. Without this oil trade, Iran's economy would be in even deeper trouble. What's even more interesting is the timing of this particular statement. Just hours before this oil announcement, Trump had also declared a ceasefire between both Iran and Israel after almost 2 weeks of violent airstrikes and missile attacks between the two nations. First, the ceasefire news, and then the sudden green signal from Iran to sell oil. It has all come as a double surprise for the international community. Now, the big question everybody's asking is, why did Trump suddenly take this U-turn? Well, some analysts believe that it might be a bigger strategy. By allowing China to buy oil from both the United States and Iran, Trump could be trying to stabilize the Middle East while also reducing China's dependency on Russian oil. This move might also be aimed at boosting US oil sales, bringing in more money for the American economy. Now, at the very same time, keeping Iran somewhat engaged in the global economy might help prevent the region from falling into further chaos. Interestingly, Trump also said in a statement that I am not looking for a regime change in Iran that would lead to chaos. This is very different from what his own administration had suggested during the presidency, when the United States was pushing harder to isolate Iran politically and economically. This new approach could have big consequences for the global oil market too. Now, if China continues to buy oil from both the US and Iran, it could change oil prices worldwide. It might also impact trade routes, supply chains, and even shift power balances between the countries. So in the end, whether this is a clever diplomatic strategy or just simply another unpredictable move from United States President Donald Trump remains to be seen. But one thing is kind of clear. This sudden change in US policies towards Iran and China could have ripple effects across the world in the days to come.